Welcome back everyone to The Breakdown. This is the series where you give me your replay reviews. Check that highlighted comment down below if you would like one of your gameplays reviewed, and I look at what you're doing and break it down. Today we're going to be taking a look at Storm gameplay, so let's hop into it. Here's what the player had to say when submitting their review. Storm is my main. I have a 57% win rate on her, but most of my games I lose with her are pretty much just like this. It starts out good and then it starts to fall apart. I felt so unimpactful even though I had the most kills on my team, not a lot of final hits. I also had the most deaths on my team. I don't know if it's just needing to switch or if there's something better that I could have done with her. I got to GM last season and I would appreciate any tips to get me to Celestial this season. Well, all right, let's take a look at it and let's see what's going on here. So they had a lot of KOs, which means that usually when you're a DPS and you have a lot of KOs, the KOs are unimpactful. A lot of the times that is a stat that DPS players lean on when they feel like they're doing the best. Just a news flash for any role, stats do not tell the whole story. Just because you have great stats doesn't mean you played well. It doesn't mean that I won't say played well because that's kind of false, but it doesn't mean you were impactful. It just means you only cared about yourself. And so we're gonna take a look at this game and we're gonna see which KOs were impactful and how we could be playing if they weren't impactful. So right off the bat, we don't want to come out and just be right where all the other characters are. You want to try to come up and be somewhere else. The main goal that I always say, it does not matter which role it is, you want players to have to turn their camera and look at you. If we take a look at, let's just say Luna, because they don't really have a lot of long range characters. But if we look at Luna and she were to look at everybody right here, she's looking at you, she's looking at Human Torch. I always want to call him Flame On every time, and that's why it takes a second for me to get his name out. He's looking at everybody, or she is looking at everybody, right? You don't want this. You want them to have to look up here or maybe look over here. I would probably be somewhere like right here. Right? Now there is an Iron Fist, so you got to be a little bit more careful with how you play. You might have to play a little bit lower to the ground, so you can even do it over here. So you're closer to your team and just chilling. You're in cover, but you're still helping your team and you're still focusing on this. Should Iron Fist come, switch to Electric and you probably will KO that target in a few seconds. So that's something that I want you to already focus on, is just causing the enemy team to have to turn their camera to pay attention to you. When you're going against an Iron Fist, wait for him to do his parry. It looks like this. Wait for him to do that. Once he does that, then go on him. What you're gonna do is just apply damage and waste the ability. This is why I say also to wait for it, because let's just say he comes in and he wants to bait that ability out. You just wasted it. Because what happens if I just peace out right now, which is what I usually do when I play against Storm, and a lot of players in Celestial will do the same. When you do this and they haven't committed yet, they're just gonna run away. So not only did we do something that would cause damage onto this target, which would give him a bonus shield, but it also just made you waste an ability. Now you don't have it if you need it later. You did end up getting him somehow. He just played it poorly, but just keep in mind, you don't want to be baited out of your cooldown like that. Okay, I like how you're low. But we took out the Iron Fist, right? So we don't need to be low anymore. Get up here and make them turn their camera just like this Human Torch is doing. Or you can even swing out wide if you want. Come out this way. Play over here. Right? Take up space, occupy space. What happens if you're here? What happens if you're here smacking this Luna? Well, what's she's gonna do? She's gonna start backing up, right? To get out of your way. You just created space for everybody. Luna's gonna have a really hard time healing like this. And if they do continue to back up, what you need to do is just come up here and hit them this way. And they're gonna still back up. You're creating space. This is what you're looking to do with Storm if you have the opening. Once you get a KO, once you get a pick, take advantage. Don't just sit there and try to play the front to back game repeatedly. Go try to make something happen with your aggression. Go ahead and take an aggressive angle. Once again, be more impactful, be more of a threat. We're just basically playing support Storm. We need to be more of a threat. We need to be up here sometimes, because if you're here, what's going to happen? Well, they're going to come through there and you just boom, 1, boom, 2, boom, 3. You could potentially get the KO. You have health pack here too. So if you do get low, you can even sit like this, closer to the health pack. And just walk back a little bit. Boom, got it. Continue to play that game. What it does is it allows your team to have space, because they're gonna have to walk through you to get to cart, but it also signals your team, especially in lower ranks, to hey, come up guys, I'm here, come join me. This is what you're looking for. But when you hang back here, everybody's like, oh, I guess we all hang back here, and you just allow them to come retake the point if they want to, and you don't want that. You see how long it took you guys to push up, and you only pushed up because he pushed up. This should be you. And you should be doing that way earlier. Same exact concept. You don't need to play here with your team. Try to get them to turn their camera. Play here, you know, play here, play here, play up here. The thing about flyers is they can take pretty much any angle they want to, and that's the annoying part. Everything they can do, or everything that they do can be used as cover. So don't be afraid to be over here and start swinging. Boom, bam. And I believe Storm doesn't have any fall off damage, so you're pretty much fine being anywhere you want to. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have fall off damage. So yeah, just smack them, pow, boom, right? What are you doing? You're making them look over to you, which allows your entire team to get free picks if they're not paying attention. I know that you're trying to keep your team inside of your arc. Don't get me wrong, but with Storm, it's a push and pull. You don't always want to have them in, but you don't always want to be away from them. It's a push and pull type of tactic. You're gonna have to get used to that. The more you play Storm, the more you played in higher ranks, you know, you're gonna value having space and taking angles more than just sitting on your team and trying to give them that boost and damage, basically. The more you back up like this, the more it signals to Magneto and the rest of his team that you guys are at a disadvantage. If you stay here and continue to fight like this, because you're not in danger, you just fly up, right? You're fine, and it still keeps that pressure. It makes it seem like you guys are winning. But doing this just means that they're going to start taking more space back. I know after you ulted, it's kind of obvious, right? But even in like Celestial or Eternity or One Above All, some people don't wait for the ults to be used. They try to use their ult as a way to bait out the support ultimate. But the support ultimate was already going to be used before you decided to pop your ult. It was already in progress. Why? Because there was a fight already taking place. If you're going to use your ult to bait out a support ultimate, what you want to do is you want to wait until the coast is clear, basically. Nothing's happening. The dust is settled, and then straight up ult. That's going to force their ult. But if you ult mid-team fight, it's a possibility that they're already going to ult because it's a team fight, and you're just going to do it at the same exact time and not get value out of it. The closer you are, the more you have to walk out to see the target. The further you are, the less you need to. You see how it's just a little wiggle? Versus if you're up here, it's more like this. The further you are, you kind of have peeker's advantage, so to speak. It's very minimal in this game in terms of peeker's advantage, by the way. I mean, they're kind of different. This is kind of just angles and how they work. But peeker's advantage usually means if someone were to walk out first, they can get you before they're able to like react to what you're doing. That's peeker's advantage. This game's the servers are pretty good to where that it doesn't really apply that often. But I do want you to take note of the angle. The fact that you can move a little bit and be able to hit him, and he has to turn his screen almost full force to get you, or anybody walking through, is important for you to stand further away. There's no reason for you to be this close. I know you're in cover, but you're also in cover this way. There's no difference because you're still behind that wall. So far, just taking space and being aggressive is something that you're lacking if you really want to start carrying your games. And we're playing more of a support Storm rather than a carry Storm. Again, just kind of have them have to look at you. It's okay to come up here. It's okay to sit behind here. This stuff is destroyable, so just be careful. But just try to find cover anywhere. It's okay to be here. But make them turn their camera. You're all funneling, and that's the type of stuff that is going to get you and your team KO'd. Just like that. Just like that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You want to give them an option. So far, it's pretty much just, we're not taking the space that we can if it's free, right? Basically what I mean is you're not going to a location that's going to force them back. We're pretty much just waiting for our team to play the game, and then we just play the game with them. Even here, right? If we are somewhere over here, yeah, you're not with your team. Again, this is push and pull. I'm not saying be on off angles all the time. I'm just bringing this up at multiple occasions so you can get a more of a feel of what I'm talking about. Even right here, you know, if you're somewhere over here and you're smacking them, they're going to have to look at you and look at your team at the same time. But if you're all clustered, it's going to be the same exact thing. We just focus everybody in that cluster. You only KO because you happen to be in the wrong spot at the wrong time. That's literally all your KOs. Nobody's even focusing you. You just happen to be in the AoE blast of everything because you're really, really close all the time. That's all. Again, just target priority. Some of these targets are already really low, like that Punisher over there. Some of these targets are just standing out in the open, like this target here. KO the right targets. It's not just about getting everybody in the front line and fighting front to back. You have to KO the targets that are important. in any given moment. And this is something that I talk about in another video. I can link it in the description below on how to figure out who's the right target priority. I think I have a video. Maybe I don't. I think I do have a video, but pretty much what you're looking for is who's the threat at this particular moment. Well, a lifeline is this, and it's super free, right? This guy's not really a threat right now because he's not in turret, and he's not really doing too much damage. By the way that he's angling, he's really only able to get one target, right? If we were to be in his shoes, well, we can be in his shoes. You see how there's not really much for him to hit other than the flyers? So he's not really an immediate threat to your team. But this person keeping those two alive are an immediate threat. So we want to try to hit them. But if you notice, you're only focusing the targets. This is fine, by the way, because you're just trying to help out. But you'll notice that a lot of the times when you're fighting, you're only focusing on who's in the front. Again, don't back up so far. You're telling them it's okay to run my team over. Your presence is huge. It's not just about how you attack and what you're doing, but your presence is huge. You're allowing them to just take over the match. You can't do that. You need to be a threat. Again, you're playing Storm like you're playing a support. Maybe play Iron Man or Human Torch to get more of a feel of the aggression and then go back to Storm. Maybe that'll help you out. More feel of off angles and stuff like that. Same exact thing. You don't need to be here. You can be up here. Especially because you're looking for an ult, right? Value the pressure sometimes more than the enhancement. He should have gone for the Punisher. He just ulted. And you know he's over there. Remember, what you're looking for when it comes to target priority is who's the immediate threat at that time. In this particular instance, it was the Punisher that ulted. But anyway, that's what I think you should work on when you're playing Storm. And this is why your game feels kind of coin flippy, because you're getting to a rank where flyers aren't going to be free anymore, right? Grandmaster last season isn't the same as this season. Players that are Grandmaster are pretty much in Platinum and Diamond now. So you're going to be playing with people that are higher ranked than you once you start climbing back to Grandmaster. And this is the type of stuff that's going to effectively cause you to lose more games, is by not being the presence, is by not taking off angles, is by not taking out the correct target priority targets. So I hope this helped you out. If you got any questions, of course, let me know in the Discord or in the comments below. And if you guys would like a replay, check the link down below. Or if you would like the coaching or just to support the channel, also check the links down below. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, you know what I always say. You guys are doing what? Hopping often. A lot.